Imagine a reality where you are chosen to receive an offer that can change your life forever. But there is a catch. This offer comes with a high and dangerous price. Are you prepared to take risks and face challenges that can put your life at risk? The 6 most dangerous offers that the chosen ones can receive are legendary. They're stories that make our hearts race and make us question what we are willing to do to achieve our goals. And now, you're about to find out what these offers are, what the risks are, and what the consequences are. Get ready to enter a world of suspense and adventure. You have heard of people who have received offers that change their lives forever, but you never imagined that these offers came with such a high price. The 6 most dangerous offers that the chosen ones can receive are a gateway to a world of mysteries and secrets. Are you ready to discover what is behind these offers and what are the motivations of those who make them? Get ready for a journey full of twists and turns and surprises. In a world where choices are hard to come by, you need to be prepared to face consequences that can change your life forever. The 6 most dangerous offers that the chosen ones can receive are an opportunity to change your destiny, but they can also be a death sentence. Are you prepared to take risks and face challenges that could put your life at risk? You never imagined that an offer could have such serious consequences, but that is exactly what happens when you decide to accept one of the 6 most dangerous offers that the chosen ones can receive. Are you prepared to discover what the consequences of a wrong choice are and what the benefits of a right choice are? Get ready for a journey full of excitement and suspense. So, are you ready to discover the 6 most dangerous offers that the chosen ones can receive? Are you prepared to take risks and face challenges that can change your life forever? Then keep watching to find out what these offers are and how they can affect your life. 1. The gift of certain death. Choosing the gift of certain death is one of the most feared among the chosen, as it represents the guarantee that their time is about to run out. By accepting this offer, the chosen one knows that his fate is already sealed and that there is no turning back. The aura of mortality surrounding him is palpable, causing everyone around him to be struck with sadness and fear. The gift of certain death is a heavy burden to bear, for the chosen one knows he can no longer change the course of events. He is doomed to move forward, knowing that his end is imminent. Choosing this gift is a demonstration of courage and acceptance of reality. This offer is usually made to someone who is about to make a choice that will change the course of their life. It is a warning that time is running out, and it is time to make the most of the remaining moments. The gift of certain death is a call to reflection and repentance, as the chosen one has the opportunity to say goodbye to their loved ones and make peace with their enemies. However, it is a difficult choice to make, as it involves accepting one's own mortality. Choosing this gift is a demonstration of maturity and understanding of life. When a chosen one accepts the gift of certain death, they begin to see the world in a different way. Everything seems more intense and more valuable because you know there is no more time to waste. People around you begin to realize their own mortality and reflect on their own lives. The gift of certain death is a gift that affects everyone, not just the chosen one. It is a reminder that life is short and we should make the most of every moment. Choosing this gift is a demonstration of courage and acceptance of reality. The gift of certain death is not an easy choice to make, as it involves accepting one's own mortality. However, it is an opportunity to change the course of events and do the right things before it is too late. The chosen one who accepts this offer has the chance to say goodbye to his loved ones and make peace with his enemies. It is a choice that requires courage and maturity, as it involves accepting one's own finitude. Choosing this gift is a demonstration that the chosen one is prepared to face reality. By accepting the gift of certain death, the chosen one begins to see life in a different way. Everything seems more valuable and more intense because you know there's no more time to waste. He begins to focus on the things that really matter and let go of the people and habits that don't satisfy him. The gift of certain death is a gift that makes you focus on the present and make the most of every moment. Choosing this gift is a demonstration of courage and acceptance of reality. 2. The gift of total control. The choices that the chosen must make can be difficult and dangerous at the same time, as they are tempting and attractive, but there are some that are more worthwhile than others, and it is important to know how to distinguish between them, because some can lead to irreversible consequences. The gift of total control is one of them, and is considered one of the most dangerous because it allows its holder to control the minds and actions of other living beings. This can be used for good or evil, depending on the intention of its holder. It is important to know how to deal with this power because it can be very destructive if used incorrectly. The chosen must be prepared to deal with the consequences of the gift of total control. The gift of total control is capable of influencing people to do things they would not normally do. This can lead to a loss of identity and individuality, and it is important that the chosen are aware of this because they may find themselves surrounded by people who have lost their free will. The gift can be used to control entire armies or make world leaders do what its holder wants. But this can lead to a loss of freedom and the establishment of a tyrannical order. It is not an easy choice to make, but it is important that the chosen are prepared to deal with the consequences. The chosen need to be aware that the gift of total control is not just a simple choice. It is a very big responsibility that needs to be taken very seriously, as it can affect millions of people at the same time. It is important that the chosen are prepared to deal with the pressure and responsibility that comes with the power to control the minds and actions of others. They need to be able to make difficult choices and have the courage to face the consequences. When the gift of total control is used for evil, it can lead to a loss of trust between people and the establishment of a tyrannical order. It is important that the chosen are aware of the damage that can be caused by this power. They need to be able to deal with the pressure and responsibility that comes with it. It is important that they are able to distinguish between what is right and what is wrong and make choices that lead to a more just and balanced life. But the gift of total control is not only bad, it can be used for good. It is also possible to use this power to inspire people. To do good and fight for a just cause, it is necessary that the chosen are able to see the positive side of this power and use it to improve the lives of the people around them. It is important that they're able to deal with the responsibility and pressure that comes with it and use their power to create a better and more just world. 3. The pact with the devil. The most dangerous offer of the pact with the devil is the promise of unlimited power, an exchange that may seem fair at first, but has devastating consequences in the long run. By accepting this offer, the chosen one becomes a vassal of the devil and loses his free will. His soul is bought for a share of power that makes him feel invincible, but turns him into a puppet in the hands of the enemy. The price to pay is the loss of his humanity and his connection to the mortal world. Throughout history, many have fallen into this trap and lost the battle against themselves. The devil makes them believe that they are the masters of their destiny, but in reality, they are just puppets in a macabre dance. The promise of unlimited power is an illusion that hides the devil's true intention, which is to destroy humanity. The chosen one must think very carefully before accepting this offer, because it could be the beginning of the end. At the same time, it is an invitation to a journey alongside the devil himself. The second most dangerous offer is the guarantee of eternal life, a promise that can be very attractive to those who fear death or who have lost a loved one, but who hides a terrible secret. Immortality is not synonymous with happiness, but rather with suffering and loneliness. The chosen one becomes a spectator of history while others grow old and die around him. The lack of purpose and the loss of connection with the world are the main prices to pay for this offer. In addition, the devil can use the chosen one's immortality for his own purposes, making him carry out his orders without question. Eternal life can become a prison for the chosen one, who is forced to watch everything he loves disappear. It is an offer that may seem attractive at first, but can turn into a nightmare. The third most dangerous offer is the promise of universal knowledge, an exchange that can be very attractive to those who seek wisdom and the power of knowledge. But by accepting this offer, the chosen one becomes a vessel of forbidden secrets that can consume him completely. Knowledge is power, but it is also a curse that can destroy the chosen one's sanity. The devil will not give you knowledge for good, but rather for you to use for evil. The lack of limits and the lack of ethics regarding the use of knowledge can lead the chosen one to perform terrible deeds. It is an offer that may seem harmless at first, but can become a weapon of mass destruction. The fourth most dangerous offer is the promise of wealth and luxury, an exchange that may seem fair to those seeking a life of comfort and security. But by accepting this offer, the chosen one becomes a slave to the devil who uses him for his own ends. Wealth and luxury can become a prison for the chosen one who finds himself forced to live in a reality that is not real. The devil will give you everything you want, but at the same time, he will take away your freedom and integrity. It is an offer that may seem attractive at first, but it can become a curse. The chosen one must think very carefully before accepting this offer, because it could be the beginning of the end. The sixth and most dangerous offer is the promise of eternal love, an exchange that may seem harmless at first, but it hides a terrible secret. The devil will not give you true love, but rather an imitation that will consume you completely. The chosen one becomes a victim of an emotional possession that makes him lose all sense of himself. The lack of boundaries and the absence of ethics in relation to love can lead the chosen one to perform terrible deeds in the name of love. It is an offer that may seem attractive at first, but it can become a weapon of mass destruction. The chosen one must think very carefully before accepting this offer, because it could be the beginning of the end. 4. The blind man's vision. The blind man's sight is a dangerous and mysterious offering that can be received by an adventurous chosen. This offer is made by a supernatural entity who presents himself as a blind man, but who sees much more than human eyes can perceive. The entity promises to reveal hidden secrets and allow the chosen one to see through lies and illusions, but at the cost of their own sight. The chosen one who accepts this offer will begin to see the world differently, perceiving things others cannot, but also risks losing their physical sight. The blind man's vision is a difficult choice, as one must consider whether knowledge is more valuable than sight. Many chosen ones before them have accepted this offer and bitterly regretted it. He will begin to have strange visions and gain access to forbidden knowledge, but his physical vision will begin to deteriorate. The blind man's entity will grant him an inner vision that surpasses his outer vision, but it can also drive the chosen one mad. The blind man's vision is a double-edged sword, capable of giving a lot of power, but also causing a lot of damage. The chosen one who accepts this offer will need to have the courage to face the unknown and deal with the consequences. Many before them have lost their sight and sanity. The blind man's vision is a choice that requires much reflection and courage. The chosen one will need to ask himself if he is capable of handling the knowledge he will receive and if he is prepared to lose his physical sight. The blind entity is not trustworthy and may have hidden intentions. The chosen one will need to be very careful when accepting this offer, as there is no turning back. The blind man's vision is a gateway to a world of knowledge and power, but it can also be a gateway to madness and perdition. Many chosen have already accepted the blind man's sight and become powerful, but they have also lost much along the way. It is a choice that requires a lot of balance and control. The chosen one will need to know how to deal with the power and revelations he will receive. The blind man's vision is not for the weak. It is an offering to those who are willing to risk everything in the name of knowledge and power. The blind man's sight is a choice that can change a chosen one's life forever. It is a gateway to a world of possibilities, but it is also an exit to the unknown. The chosen one will need to think carefully before making a decision and accepting this offer. It is a choice that requires a lot of courage and determination. The blind man's sight is one of the most dangerous offerings the chosen can receive, but it is also one of the most exciting. 5. The touch of death. Ancient legends speak of a touch that can bring death in an instant, and the chosen know that this is no mere fairy tale. The touch of death is a dangerous offering that can be made by any supernatural entity seeking to exert its power over mortals. Those who accept this touch become servants of death, condemned to do the bidding of the entity that chose them. With the touch comes the loss of identity and replacement by blind obedience. The chosen may even lose the memory of their former life, becoming a tool of death. Many believe that the touch of death is a fate worse than death itself. When the touch of death is given, the chosen feels an intense chill run through their veins, as if the life is being drained from their body. The sensation is barely perceptible, but enough for the chosen to sense that something is wrong. Then comes the vision of a shadowy, mysterious figure surrounded by a halo of death. The figure may be human in form, but its presence is always accompanied by the scent of dead flowers and ash. The chosen one may try to resist, but it is nearly impossible to escape the fate imposed upon him or her. The choice is simple: accept the touch and become a servant of death, or refuse and find a way to escape the entity that has chosen him or her. The touch of death is an offering that can be made anywhere and at any time without warning. Many believe that supernatural entities choose those who are most vulnerable or in need, such as those on the brink of death or those who have lost everything they had. Others believe that the touch is a form of punishment for those who have defied fate or considered themselves superior to the dark forces. Whatever the reason, the result is always the same. The chosen one becomes a servant of death, condemned to fulfill the wishes of the entity that chose him or her. Many consider the touch of death to be an act of mercy, since at least the chosen one no longer suffers the burden of life. However, this view is misleading, because the chosen one is no longer himself or herself, having lost his or her identity and soul. The existence of a servant of death is purposeless, emotionless, and memoryless. It is a life of blind obedience, without choice and without freedom. The touch of death is an offer that must be avoided at all costs, for its power is absolute and irreversible. The chosen know that the touch of death is a real and constant threat, which is why they must always be alert to the supernatural entities that surround them. The choice is simple: live in constant fear of the touch of death, or learn to defend themselves against these dangerous entities. The only way out is the ability and courage to resist the touch of death and keep their own identity intact. If the chosen fail, they will be condemned to a life of servitude and blind obedience. 6. The voice of silence. The voice of silence is a dangerous offering that can arise in moments of greater tranquility. The chosen ones may begin to hear a voice inside their heads that whispers secrets and seemingly divine revelations. This voice can be so persuasive that the chosen ones begin to believe that they are receiving messages directly from a higher entity. However, this voice can be a trick from the dark side, trying to influence the decisions of the chosen ones and lead them to make fatal mistakes. Only the strongest and wisest can distinguish the true divine voice from the one that is an illusion created by the dark side. The voice of silence can begin to emerge in dreams or in moments of deep meditation. The chosen ones may begin to feel that they are being called to an important mission, or that they need to perform a ritual to release a beneficial force. However, this voice can also be a form of psychological manipulation created by the dark side, so that the chosen ones make mistakes and lose focus on their mission. The voice of silence can also be a form of communication with other beings who are not physically present. The chosen ones may begin to hear the voice of a spiritual leader or a guide who advises them to make certain decisions or perform specific actions. However, this voice can be a trap created by the dark side to lead the chosen ones to disaster. When the chosen ones begin to hear the voice of silence, it is essential that they seek guidance from wise and experienced people who can help them distinguish truth from lies. In this sense, it is important that the chosen ones develop their intuition and their capacity for discernment so as not to be led astray by the voice of silence. In the world of the chosen, offerings can be a dangerous path full of traps. Amidst promises of power and wealth, it's easy to get lost in the maze of difficult choices. But there are offers that are more worthwhile than others, offers that can change the course of history. However, it is essential to be aware of the risks involved and know how to differentiate between good and evil. After all, the right choice can be the difference between life and death. You have to be prepared for the consequences. The consequences of a bad choice can be devastating. You need to be careful and think carefully before making a decision. An offer that may seem attractive at first glance may hide dangerous secrets. It is important to know the terms of the offer and who you are dealing with. After all, the lives of the chosen depend on it. Subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to receive more content about the world of the chosen and how to navigate the dangerous offerings.